Welcome to the 365 Performance Show with your host, Scott Dillon.
Today I want to talk about your why. And this is the thing that all the blog posts and all the people in the world, they're always talking about, but I really feel like sometimes they don't get to the core root of it. And I think a lot of times it could be misunderstood. So I want you to think right now, if I was to say, why do you train? Hopefully maybe you are training, you're a bit active, or why do you want to be healthy? And I just want you to think about what comes to your head straight away. It might be like, I want to live longer. It might be, I just want to be healthy so I can keep up after my kids. It might be whatever. But a lot of times when we first think about what our why is, it can be something extrinsic, something like that we're doing for other people. Is that the case for you? Or is it because your why is something like I want to be 70 kilos? Is that like the first reason that comes to your head? Or I want to run a marathon. It's really important to you. Why is it important to you? I want to accomplish it. It's just something I've always wanted to do. When you hear people that describe their why on the first answer, a lot of the times it's just surface stuff. And I want to use the example of this podcast for you to try and understand what was going through my head. So, why do you think I spend time every single week doing this? From the outset, you might think along the lines of, he's got a business, he's trying to do this as a way for people to hear what he has to say and try and get more clients. And you could be right, because that is part of my why, because I think a podcast is a great way for people that are maybe too intimidated or scared to come into our gym and see us, talk to us, and get to know us. This is a way they can sort of interact, hear who I am, and learn a bit more about us without having to step through the door. So it's a way for them to for me to slowly break down any obstacles or objections they have to eventually hopefully get them through the door and realize I'm not a crazy kookaburra. But I want you to imagine that I did that, and my whole reason why for doing the podcast was to do that, get clients through the door. So I do the first episode, I do the second episode, I do the third episode, and there I am, 3 weeks in, spent a bunch of money to set the podcast up, and no new clients have come through the door. How would I feel? Probably a little bit deflated, begin to tell myself stories, it's a waste of time, it's not worth it, waste of money, should probably quit. Because that's relying on me doing the work, but then for other people outside of me, I'm the only person I can control, to actually take action. So the next piece, it could be like maybe it's a confidence booster. Maybe I'm doing a podcast because I want to get a whole bunch of people to listen to it, to get a whole bunch of iTunes ratings and whatever, and set myself some target. And once again, target's really cool. They can help us all grow and push and try to accomplish things. So I want you to imagine if I did it for 2 months, and then 2 months in, I've only got a couple of reviews on iTunes, I only had a few hundred people download it. How would I feel? Once again, I'd probably give up and bail. But here I am, we're 50 episodes in, and I'm still going. What's my real reason why behind it? Well, all the reasons that I just spoke to you before are completely true. I'm doing this because I want to hopefully connect to just that one soul out there that was a bit too intimidated to step through our doors and start with us, for them to rock up and train, or at least have a consult with us. I'm doing it because, I want to get our message out there. It would be great to one day get some good reviews. We've got a bunch of them already, but to be completely honest, the main reason I do this podcast is for me. One of the biggest things that I struggle with is self-confidence, sharing my message. I always have self-doubt like a lot of people, but I know as the owner of 365 Performance, it's the one thing that I must do. And not everyone needs to agree with me and what I have to say, but I need just one person. And thankfully, I've got a bunch of clients and they love who we are and my amazing team. But every single week, the reason for me doing this podcast is for me sharing my message. Every single week that I record an episode and I press publish, it's me overcoming my story of people don't want to listen to me or hear what I have to say. Every time I press publish, it's another step closer to me growing as a person. That's the deep reason why for my podcast. But above that, it is, yes, I want to help serve clients. I want to hopefully with one thing, maybe change someone's mindset and help them have more success from some of the struggles that I've been through. But the deep reason why is for me personally. So I want you to think maybe with yourself. Maybe it is with like your health and fitness. Maybe right now you could be, say you're working heaps. Yeah, you're a successful man or woman. You're working all the time. You've got a couple of kids also. Time is definitely something you struggle with. When I ask you why the first time, you say, yeah, I want to lose 20 kilos. I say, why? You say, oh, I just want to be healthy. I just don't feel good at the moment. I want to keep up with my kids. Okay? But when the kids are being little turds, when you've got to travel heaps for work, how much power and focus are you going to have to actually keep training, keep eating well, just with that thought process? And chances are you're not going to be that driven once times get tough. But I want you to think about it. If you could possibly get a little bit deeper, why is it that you want to lose 20 kilos for your kids? Why is it you want to lose 20 kilos for work? And you can probably be a little bit more relentless in getting clear on the story. And you might begin to say something like, oh, I'm just sick and tired of feeling the way I am. Okay, well, why will losing 20 kilos make you feel better? Then you might say, oh, I'll have more energy. You might say, oh, I'll be happier. And then I'll ask you again, why do you want to lose 20 kilos to be happier? Why do you want to lose 20 kilos to have more energy? And then you start to get clearer to the root of it all. And I don't know what for you will come out, yeah? But a lot of times it can be some of that stuff that we've really suppressed for a long time. It could be something along the lines of, I don't want to be grumpy and unhappy like my father. Or it might be, I want to change my family tree because it seems like everyone leading up to myself has had health issues, has been overweight, and I want to put a stop in that family tree and change that. Or it might be something like, yeah, I want to set a good example for my kids, but at the end of the day, I want to be like the absolute best father I can be. I want to have more energy so I can have these special moments with my kids, but it's really outside of that. It's really outside of my kids. It's about me living a full life. And I know right now I can't do that because of the way my health is. So I want you to have a think right now. In your life, with whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish, is your why as solid as it can be? Or is it time to reflect and just look a bit deeper? And one of the simplest things that you can do is begin to just get a little bit of paper, go to a park or something, away from your phone with it when you've got a clear head, and just write down, what is it that you want? Put a big underline underneath it, and then ask yourself why, and write it down. And then ask yourself why again. And just keep asking it time and time again until you get clear. And the moment that it hits the paper, that you know it's the truth, everything will change forever. Because here's the thing, no matter where you're at right now, no matter whatever you want, it doesn't matter if you've done nothing for ages, life can kick you in the face, and the moment that it does kick you in the face and you're in a bunch of pain, whether it is that you get bad diagnosis from the doctor or something, or you just have that moment when you tell yourself enough is enough, once that happens, it's easy to make the change. Yeah, I've had lots of people that have been wanting to lose weight for years. And then one moment they have a chat and they really recognize their why, and within like 3 months, they drop 20 kilos. They're the healthiest they've ever been. They completely change their relationship, what they do for work, and they're a completely new person. Try not to let that happen to you, yeah? There's no reason to suffer and be in heaps of pain All you need to do is ask yourself some better questions and uncover what your real reason behind everything is. So I hope you have a good day. If you get any benefit from this podcast, it is kind of challenging to talk to yourself for over 50 times and not hear any response back when you're talking just into your phone. So if you do like what it is we're doing, just please leave us a review and share it. And once again, if you need any help with anything, just reach out to us at 365performance.com.au. Hope you have a great day.